Welcome to another episode of People of Data, where we get to highlight the wonderful people of data. These are our data leaders from various industries, geographies, and disciplines. Discover how companies are using data, their achievements, and the challenges they face. Today on the show, we have Adrian. Adrian is a seasoned data leader with a wealth of experience in driving data strategy and analytics at top tech companies. Currently serving as the VP of Data at Personio, he oversees data initiatives that power smarter decision making. Previously, Adrian was the Senior Director of Data and Analytics and Outreach. He's also had leadership roles at Zendesk and Just Answer. Welcome to the show, Adrian.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Of course, are you ready to get into it?
Let's go.
What does Personio do?
Cool. Personio is a SaaS company. It's Europe's leading HR software. So specialized for small and medium-sized businesses. So it's a HR platform. It's a software like the HR platform for those customers. Today, we are roughly a little bit more than 1,800 employees. I think, as you can see online, we have a current valuation of 8.5 billion, which is making one of the most exciting tech startups in Europe. The mission of the company is to unlock the power of people for organization around the world, and echoing what I just said earlier, with the goal of making small and mid-sized organizations more successful. So to do those, we offer, I would say we have four tenets that we follow to offer our customers. One is to offer a customizable solution, which they can adapt to their needs. So it needs to be convenient and easy to set up solution. So a lot of flexibility in our software. And the last piece, it's centralized information of all data and etc. regarding software, regarding HR. So that's a little bit the core of our product. And we're currently in a phase where we're trying to expand and propose new products such as payroll and etc. and cover the full suite of HR responsibilities through Personio's software.
Awesome. And how does data play a role in helping Personio with what they do?
So Personio is a data-driven company. So they use data to I would say there's two obvious pieces. There's the internal and the external. There's internally to, and we're going to talk, I'm sure, more into details about it, which is like, how are we going to use data and helping to have I would say, a strategic edge across our competitors and to know customers better. And then there's the piece about like the customer-facing product and how do we use data to have a reporting interface with all of our customers. So data are core, I would say, to everything that's happening at Personio, from an internal decision-making to customer-facing product.
Awesome. And what's the culture of the company like? You're obviously one of Europe's biggest unicorns by valuation. Very, very exciting. A lot of attention on the company, especially in this market. What's the culture like working internally?
It's amazing. It's a lot of really driven people that have ambition and that want to do the right thing to make the company successful. So everyone is really accessible. Everyone has a focus on trying to do what's best for the company and collaborate and work together to try to achieve it. We have, as a company, I think, really ambitious goals and ambitious leaders, and everyone is rallying back and trying to deliver. We're also at a stage where we're not really a startup anymore, but we still have a lot of a startup mindset of like trying new things, trying to launch new product, being reactive, and etc. So it's a really great place to be from a people level, and really interesting, I would say, place to be from a job and work type aspect.
And how does the culture of the data team map into this? Very often data has got this, very unique macro view lens of the company, but at the same time also, wanting to be a little bit more systematic and sort of forward thinking. So I've always found that data teams have this very interesting blend of culture. I was wondering, what's that like at your group?
We do, and we have to. Let me to explain a little bit, I think it makes probably sense that I explain a bit of background of data, the department at Personio. So data used to be, I would say, decentralized a little bit within the company. And like the executive team and leadership team decided to centralize data in one department. And that's where I came to lead the department. So we have that culture actually within data to want to push the bar, raise the bar, and try to continue to progress. Are all in all a young department because we're probably like 18 months old. And we're trying to push things forward and drive in. To answer your question on the specific culture we do, and I think every data team needs to have that specific culture. Why? I think it's a really unique role and it's a really interesting role. There's not many job or responsibility within the company where people need to be really technical, but also really business minded. And a great data team, in my mind, is a team that can drive impact and that works with all the tools and all the data to drive that impact. And from a culture and people standpoint, to drive that impact, we need people that have those technical abilities, but that also have that business connection, business sensitivity, understanding, and have the ability to do the junction between the two. So from a cultural standpoint, it creates a unique culture because it's people that to be really honestly smart, driven, and etc. And that create a really unique and cool, I think, environment.
Yeah. That makes a ton of sense. On the topic of being technical, what does your data footprint currently look like?
Yeah. So we are currently, I think, between 40 and 50 people. So the way we organized, we often internally use the image of a restaurant. We are a burger restaurant. So we have the data platform engineering team that are the one bring the groceries. So basically they manage our pipeline and manage our platform. Then we have the analytics engineering team, the teams that pick up the vegetables and clean them within the restaurant. So, chop them, cook them. But in reality, they manage GPT, they manage reporting layers, they manage some self-serve initiatives and to ensure that people can self-serve across the company. Then we have a different analytics team that we call embedded. So right. We have product analytics, customer analytics, and PW analytics. So, and finally, we have two other teams, one data science that's also doing AI machine learning. And we have, which I think is fairly unique and great at Personio, we have a data strategy and ops, which is a team around internal operation, around different cross-functional program management that we are trying to carry cross-functionally within the team, and basically the junction between the rest of the team. They also act as a Scrum Master. So that's from a people standpoint. Then from a technical standpoint, pipeline, a lot of data store in AWS. For pipeline, we use Airflow, we use Fivetran. Then for data warehousing, we use Snowflake. For data visualization, we use Tableau. Then we have different tools. We use Atlan for data catalog. Then we use Metaplane for data observability. And I think that's our tech stack.
I think you mentioned dbt earlier, but I'm assuming dbt.
Yeah, we do have dbt. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Before stuff, we have dbt as well.
Awesome. Super, very, very sort of all of the usual suspects over there, which is exciting to see.
People of Data is brought to you by 5X. It's no surprise that the data space is one of the most fragmented industries with over 500 vendors in 30 plus categories. The analogy we use is data vendors are selling car parts. Imagine walking into a Honda and instead of selling you a Civic, they sell you an engine and you have to build your own car. That's exactly what's happening in the data world today. 5X is an all-in-one data platform that's incredibly easy to use. We make it easy to consolidate your data from your different systems, clean it, structure it, model it, and make it available through dashboards, reporting, and AI. Whether you're building a data platform from scratch, filling in missing pieces, or need expert data services, 5X has you covered. Imagine a world where any team can become a data and AI team in just a few clicks. If you're interested in making sure you don't get left behind in this new world of data and AI, get a demo at 5x.co.
You mentioned the entire data team is about 40 people. How big is the company?
Around 1,800 people. So we're between 40 and 50. Yeah.
Very typically, you see about 20% of a company is about technology. So, at about 18 people, that's ballpark about, 350, 400. And typically about 20% of your technology team is about data. So if I had to guess, typically 60 to 80 would be staff. So, it sounds like it's a lean team, using best in class tools to be highly productive. So super exciting. I just love, getting this.
Yeah, that's correct. We have a little bit. You could add, if you take data overall, you could add probably 5 or 10 people that are probably part of product. But yeah, it's roughly, and we are lean, and we're trying to stay that way. I want to ensure that we deliver value and that we have well-oiled machine for trying to grow the engine.
No, I think the world is changing. I wouldn't be surprised if that 4% number becomes 2% in the next few years. I recently wrote a post on this, but I think, we're moving towards a team of, I think we're moving towards rise of leaner, more end-to-end, more productive teams. So that makes sense.
I agree. Overall, I'm not sure, but I agree with change of roles. I think we'll see probably a shift with AI, more automation, and etc. of role changes. I don't know if pure headcount within data is going to change drastically, but I foresee, for example, the old school BI analyst, reporting analyst role to actually become less and less prominent and moving towards probably analytics engineering to prepare and to have that reporting layer that's usable for AI where the self-service becomes more and more easy. Yes. And the move of the analyst to be really strong strategic now and becoming more and more impact focus on the business, and exactly that role of middleman just producing dashboards and etc. to probably shrink in the future.
Yeah, no, that's, I think a lot of people have been speaking about this, and I think it'll be very interesting to see how this evolves in the next 18 months. What's one achievement, as you mentioned, it's a relatively new org, been there for about 18 months. What's one achievement which you're very proud of, where data has had a big impact on the business?
Yeah, I think there are a few actually. I'm going to break it out because I actually see data as different, I always say building blocks, and we don't have one responsibility. I think first we have, which maybe against what I just said, but the reporting responsibilities. We need to ensure that people across the organization can have access to report, can have access to data, hopefully in some sort of self-serve manner, but to ensure that they can make the right decision. And so that's part of what we did around it was obviously existing already, but consolidating or reporting landscape, ensuring that we have the right reports, that we have and that it's built in a scalable manner, which I think is something that's really important. Then there's another, and so that I don't see that as a huge achievement, but it's an important one. Then we have a part where we are involved in the day-to-day operations. Thinking quickly, I forgot in our full stack, we also have what we call a reverse ETL, I touch. So we are actually involved on rewriting data in all our systems across the organization. Like that, we have one source of truth, and we built what I think is actually a fairly strong achievement from an operational standpoint, the CDP, which is our customer data platform. So everything within our data warehouse, we actually built a full CDP where we can have all the different attributes to each customer and create that source of truth for every system within the company where we can, everyone is aligned and use the same thing. So we will write to HubSpot, to Salesforce, and etc. But the customer definition and the customer attributes are centralized and managed in one place. I think it's the important responsibility of the data team that often are not always agreed actually in different data teams I actually work with or manage or discuss with. It's like some data teams don't want to be part of the operational process. I think for the future of a data department, we are going to need to be part of those, thanks to also the technical skills we can bring. Then if I go to the next piece of what did we achieve, there's a lot around predictive analytics. So we have we built different scoring model, cross-sell scoring model, what the potential of each customer to actually cross-sell to a new product. That's actually used in different parts of the company to try to be more efficient. Another one similar to that would be what we built, what we call an adoption score, which is trying to predict with that what customer are at risk of either churning, either reduced engagement. And we can develop playbook with our customer support team to try to reach out and understand what's happening with those customers. I would say one thing that I'm really proud of, actually, and that we also delivered. So we actually starting doing a data hackathon. So we bring everyone together for a few days. And that's one of the projects that came out of the hackathon, but it was really well received. So it actually made it as a data product more than only testing. One of the things that Personio is really focusing on, it's customer. So we want to receive all the customer feedback as much as possible and have a way to ingest them and take action on it. That's something that's a big focus for the company. One of the challenge of that was actually we had many different sources for customer love. You can have Zendesk of your tickets, you can have your different surveys, your CSAT, your NPS survey. Lot of different places where we could hear, or Salesforce, a text from rep, and etc., where we could hear customer feedback. And aggregating it within data for an analyst is doable, but it was also reducing our ability for self-service, because people could look into Zendesk and etc. But we weren't able to. We were trying to find a solution to join everything where everyone within the company could basically interact. So what the team did during that hackathon, they built actually a ChatGPT type of interaction where we ingest all our customer feedback in one place. And we have right now what we call our VOC, which is our voice of customer, where employees can go and ask questions about different customer behavior, what does customer feel, and etc. And summarizing everything, taking all the different data sources we have in one place, giving the feedback to whoever asks it. So you can have a product manager that goes and say, hey, what are the 3 main features requested for, time management? And you can have the GPT that will answer to you based on all our different data sources across the company.
I love that voice of customer. That is such a awesome use case, and I can totally see how it's going to be so popular with your product managers. Is that using ChatGPT, or do you have a different type of LLM layer?
No, we use Cortex from Snowflake.
Oh, amazing. Beautiful. I think, Snowflake Cortex is very exciting because this is the first time on the show we have a customer using Cortex. So
yes, we are one of the first, I think, based on feedback I got from Snowflake.
Awesome. What is one challenge which you've had, which you're currently solving, or you previously solved?
I would say, two challenges. I think two main challenges we are facing. Us being young, I think has been successful, but still it's ongoing, trying to do different things at once, which is set up our infrastructure to be efficient, ensuring that we have the right reporting in place, and at the same time, already, I would say, being ahead in our maturity curve as a data department of providing insight, providing scores, impacting the outcome of the business, potentially influencing the customer-facing data, and etc. So one of the challenges is to ensure we can cover all of this and that we are really good at all of this. We cannot just be okay at all, otherwise we are going to fail. So we need to always raise the bar on everything we are doing and ensuring that we bring the right value and we bring the right product to everyone. The second piece is around scalability, and it echoes a lot the first, which is to your point earlier, we want the team to be lean. But we don't want to, shortcut anything or don't do everything. So it's about like trying to find the right balance of being scalable in our infrastructure, ensuring that we prioritize right and work on what matters the most, what will have the most impact, and etc. So I think those are the two main challenges we are facing today in data. But I think it's it's standard challenges based on our maturity curve. But we're solving them.
Awesome. Adrian, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks a lot for having me. Good luck with the show.